In my rewatching of Dunkirk, I realized there wasn't much character development throughout the film, but at the same time, I felt deeply for the characters on screen. So how was it that I was able to empathize with characters with very little character development? In my research, I found that Christopher Nolan designed the film in this very way.
And so I wanted to address the story very much in the language of suspense. That's the most visual language of film there is. And so it leads you towards an approach stripped down of dialogue.
Instead of using explicit dialogue, Nolan used suspense to make us care. But it begs the question, what is suspense, and how can it be used as a tool to create empathy? Alfred Hitchcock's famous bomb example compares the difference between shock and suspense. Imagine we have a family having a nice conversation when all of a sudden we are left with about 5 to 10 seconds of shock and bewilderment. Let's take that same family, but this time we are told that there is a bomb underneath the table. Suddenly, that conversation about Sally's mediocre grades becomes intense. We hear the bomb ticking and the family none the wiser. Tension builds as we yell at the family to take cover. The prior knowledge of the bomb gives the scene that element of suspense.
But suspense is essentially an emotional process. You can only get the suspense element going by giving the audience information.
In an article entitled Towards a General Psychological Model of Tension and Suspense, Moritz Lane and Stefan Kolsch explore the steps to achieving suspense. In the end, they theorize the formula, and today I want to focus on the 3 main pillars necessary for suspense. Beginning with conflict, dissonance, instability, and uncertainty that leads to expectation, anticipation, and prediction, resulting in positive or negative outcomes, which finally gives us suspense. The scene I will be looking at today is the U-boat bombing of the battleship. Like any good story, conflict sets everything into motion. The conflict here is in the context of war and survival, but the suspense for this specific scene begins when the shivering soldier is saved. This quick scene sets into motion our expectations, anticipation, and prediction.
Do you want to come below? It's much warmer. It's out to wind. Here you go.
Even me, George. He feels safer on deck. You would too if you'd been bombed.
U-boat. It was a U-boat.
This scene provides us with 2 pieces of important information for the following suspense. 1, that there will be a U-boat bombing, and 2, not many men will survive. The next scene has Tommy and Gibson reaching a new ship. From the previous scene, we as viewers carry over the information of impending bombings.
Keep going down. It's a nice cup of tea for you down there. Keep moving down. Take a
Exterior, destroyer. Out on deck, Gibson sits by the companionway in the gathering dark as the ship gets underway. Gibson deciding to stay outside the ship reinforces the tension of doom. Will it be this ship bombed and sunk? Inside the ship, it's a different story. With shelter, food, and nurses comforting Tommy and his fellow man, we can almost assume that the worst is over.
What's wrong with your friend? He's looking for a quick way out. In case we go down.
The hesitation expressed between Tommy and Alex puts into question this newfound space as they prepare themselves for the worst. These scenes establish a juxtaposition of positive and negative outcomes. They are the ticking of the time bomb, one representing safety and life, while the other representing failure and death. Eventually, the scene plays out, and the bomb finally goes off. What makes this scene so suspenseful is the bits of information we are given. Everything from the U-boat warning, Gibson's hesitation, and Alex and Tommy's second guess in their safety. Suspense is really found in the subtle questions we ask ourselves as viewers. Nolan gives us enough information that keeps us tense until a resolution is found. Suspense not only makes the pictures more engaging, but it also creates empathy for the characters. Dunkirk is a different war genre film. It doesn't focus on any moral enlightenment, and it doesn't teach some hard-learned lesson. Christopher Nolan uses suspense to create empathetic characters in the setting of war.
Armed and guarded by the British fleet, would carry on the struggle until, in God's good time, the new world with all its power and might steps forth to the rescue and the liberation of the old.